Hi again, and this is Bongani Shiba of Walk Tall with Shiba in the third episode, featuring a very interesting lady whom I feel is a super mom. With schools having started, everyone is out there trying to get into proper routines and getting their kids to school on time and still be able to do everything else that they do, which includes their gym routines or their work routines and homework and dinner and spouses and all of that. It becomes very difficult, particularly for new parents or even with old parents, as each year changes. Today I'm sitting with Sibusisiwe Busi LaGoje Dlamini-Johnson, who is actually what we would say is a super mom.
Aww.
By virtue of being a wife, a mother of 3 boys, a teacher in high school,
Oh, yeah.
a businesswoman, and I don't know what else, but apparently a very amazing and busy person, such that it took us a while to track her down to be able to get this interview. We will hear a lot from her as to how she remains a supermom and hopefully inspire everyone that is a parent, not just a mom, a parent, to be able to get their routines and their life sorted. To feel like they are doing a good job parenting. This is Walk Tall with Shiba, the show that looks to inspire, motivate everyone to walk tall through all their problems. Hi, LaGoje.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm excellent.
Cool.
Glad we finally got a hold of
Yes,
you. I
I
was getting
know.
worried we wouldn't have this episode.
I know. But before you even ask me anything, yeah? Congrats on your podcast.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm
awesome.
I'm glad somebody's saying things like that. I hope everyone else is inspired. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tell me a little about yourself, your background, your present ground, and maybe your future ground. This is the starting question at Walk Tall.
All right. So I am youngest child in my family, and I am actually the different child. And that is basically what inspires me to inspire others, because I'm different.
Weird, maybe?
Really? Yes, different, crazy, weird, silly, clumsy, smart.
All right.
Yes.
Wow, all of those, just you.
Yeah.
I guess that's what makes you the person you are. All right. And you are a teacher?
Yes, I am.
How's your teaching career coming up?
I have actually been teaching now 16 years this year.
My goodness.
Yes.
And
So,
I hear you got really great results
yes,
last
I
year.
did. I did every year. Hello.
Oh, sorry. Last year and every other year. Please forgive me for
Yes.
that.
No, Shane, my kids, I teach at Sibusisiwe High School, and I've been teaching there since 2002. And I've had the pleasure of teaching a lot of amazing young people. Yeah.
Is it possible that you are the amazing person that makes them amazing? Judging from your personality of being weird, smart, clever, and all that.
I like to think that I have. I mean, the reason why I'm a teacher, I feel like I like being that bridge between a child's present and their future. I love being that
Present and the future.
Yeah.
And your future is. I'm taking. In fact, of course, you're going to be a mother forever, but
I hope so.
at the same time, you are a businesswoman.
Yes, I am.
How does that look for you? Your future,
right
in general.
now, it's so weird. People have been asking me. I am a makeup artist. I do people's makeup, but I've actually put that on hold for a second because my children are young, and my children need mom there every opportunity I can. I mean, I already have a full-time job.
See, I told you she's a super mom. I did say.
I mean, I feel like I have. I mean, not everyone has this. Has this chance to have a full-time job and then have a business on the side. But I feel like I'm fulfilled in my full-time job for now, that I can let my makeup artistry kind of pause for a second. And then my kids, I feel like they're so young and there's so many things I need to be present for. My children are very athletic, they're very sporty, and every weekend it's a sporting activity that I have to attend. And sometimes I found that if I was doing makeup, then I couldn't be there for my kids.
Although I've seen that you are always at every event, even during the week, when we're all presumably at work. How do you manage that?
I work in a very wonderful place where if you tell them where you're going, and if you're not supposed to be in class, then you're allowed to go and do whatever you have to do, as long as you're not taking away from the classroom situation.
Also, it isn't that maybe you're able to structure your schedule in such a way that it fits that you can do afternoon activities with the kids?
Oh gosh, no.
But you drop them at school, you pick them up.
Every day.
Yeah.
And they do afternoon activities, and I have to figure out. I'm sure some parents have seen me sitting in my car having lunch, because that's where I have lunch.
I was about to ask, how do you have lunch?
Yeah, in the car, driving to Sifunzani Primary to pick up my kids and driving back to my school. That's where my lunch break is, basically, every day.
There has to be some kind of inspiration for all of this kind of thinking.
Absolutely.
What inspires you? Who inspires you?
My mother.
Your
I
mom.
had the most amazing mother who made sure that we always had everything. And I feel like she set the bar so high that I need to work 27 hours a day to be what
to be her.
Just even if I was half of that, I'd be happy.
Being a mother of young boys must be really hard, and I'm sure that there's times when you're not feeling like a supermom.
Oh, absolutely.
And where do you draw your strength? I'm sure you've already mentioned your mother as your inspiration, but I mean, can you illustrate a time maybe where this has happened and you've had to say, okay, I'm becoming a supermom. I'm pulling all strengths from my inspiration.
You know, it's God. You know, God has been has been in my life for a very long time. I was a church goer when I was young, and then eventually understanding the importance of having God in my life. And I do depend on God every single day to make sure that I get what I have to do done. I need to be the best teacher ever every single day, because those kids go there and they expect me to be an amazing teacher. And teaching these days is not just going to class and having work. Teaching is also being able to hug children when they're sad, when they come to school in the morning. And you're able to smile at kids when they feel like the whole world is against them. And teenagers these days, they feel that way very often.
You have to be a teacher.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to be a mom.
Yep. You have to be a nurse.
Well,
you have to be a psychologist.
Right.
Sometimes a driver. Because some of these kids, they say, "Ma'am, I left my book at home and no one can get it for me." And sometimes you have to sacrifice your 15-minute break to drive some other child's kid, some other parent's child to wherever, you know?
Yeah, I was worried that these kids have kids now. Right.
I got carried away.
Okay, And so basically you just take some time and reflect and talk to God and look for strength?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I have sisters. I have older sisters
right.
who are amazing parents too.
Oh, okay.
You know, and I have an amazing brother who is, in as much as my brother calls me ugly and hates me every day and tells me he hates me every day, he is the most supportive brother. He's the most amazing uncle to my kids.
Judging from what you've said, you basically have your mom, you have divine intervention,
Absolutely.
and you have family around you that you use as your strength to go forward.
Yes.
And I suppose that will be your message to all parents?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You need to find those people who bring the best out of you.
Right.
Keep those people around you.
Find the person who calls you ugly.
I think every brother does it. I don't want to believe I'm the only person who gets called ugly and stupid and trips. My brother literally trips me every time I walk by him. Every single time. So we have that. So I honestly, our lives are so busy, and sometimes we are so caught up with how busy our lives are that we forget that there are people out there who love us and support us. You know, so always try and find someone who will support you and who will encourage you. There's always someone there.
Even if it's just a friend or your pastor.
Absolutely.
All right. All right, so let's move on.
Okay.
What is the one thing that you are often underestimated on?
People tend to think that sometimes they mistake my smile as a weakness. That I'm just too kind.
Oh, you're not kind?
Nah.
Jeez. Now I'm scared.
Should ask my students. I never smile in class.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
and they still love you, though.
I have this eye.
Oh, my God.
Yes, that I give them.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's see. If you were to be able to change people's life, lives with just one act, what would you focus on changing?
How people see themselves.
Okay.
Yes, because we're usually people, they project how they feel on other people. So if people felt good about themselves, then there would be no need for anyone to belittle anyone to underestimate another person, anyone to disrespect someone else. Because generally, if you're a person who disrespects other people, it's because you feel incredibly disrespected.
Yourself, so
Yes.
it becomes.
So I would change
Are
it.
you practicing that? Are you working? Are you that person? Are you that change that you see? If you could put
You
to
know
the
what?
word.
I don't want to lie. Sometimes I just, I hate everybody, and I want to shoot people.
And you look at
sometimes.
them with that
Yeah,
eye.
but then I try to be nice.
Wait,
to
want to
everyone.
shoot everyone?
Yes, I do. I want sometimes everyone has that moment. It's not just me.
Yeah, but I hope they don't have guns. Now I'm getting very
No.
worried.
Yeah, so I do make an effort to be nice to everybody. I try. Some people make it hard, but I try.
So this is a change that you are also working on yourself.
Yes.
The beauty within yourself to be able to radiate it to other people.
Absolutely.
Okay. I hope there will be a lot of people that would say, yes, we see that beauty inside, and she radiates it. But of course, with all the accolades that you keep receiving from your students, it must be that way. Great job.
I love them. I really do. They're amazing.
All right. Let's see. Just maybe as a last major piece of advice, how would you encourage people to keep their head up, to keep smiling, to stay positive, and to walk tall despite whatever they go through, and especially parents that are going through all of these hustle and bustle of everyday life?
I feel like people sometimes forget that when you're going through something, it means you're passing something.
Oh.
So if you're going through something, keep going.
It's hard, though. Isn't it difficult as you're going through it?
Yes, but know that it's a process. You go through something. You're not stuck somewhere in a bad place forever. Everything has a
What is a
beginning,
practical
everything.
way to do this, though?
Allow yourself to make mistakes.
All right.
Allow yourself to learn. Allow yourself to be human. Because sometimes, especially moms, sometimes we're so... The expectation of being a mother is so great that you forget that you're human, you have feelings, you get tired. The expectation is so great. So if something terrible happens to you or you're feeling a terrible way, it's okay to allow yourself to feel that way. Because if you bottle up feelings and you don't deal with things when they happen, they fester and they make things worse. So, I know it's easy for me to say that, and if people are going through something really, really bad, and trust me, I've been through lots of bad things in my life, and with every start, there's always an end.
Right.
So if something happens in your life and it starts, there has to be an end.
You just have to see it through.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm afraid, even though this is very, very interesting, we are running out of time. So what would be your last couple of sentences to all parents, not just moms, to all parents, as they start the year, as they get shocked at how really tiring it is to keep this going? What would you say?
I would say that every parent who is a parent who's trying their best is the best.
Right. Every parent who is a parent who is trying their best is the best. You heard it here first at Walk Tall with
I like
Shiba.
how that sounds.
Yeah, it does sound very good. we should actually make that a meme or something. Right.
Like t-shirts and stuff.
True.
Yeah.
As said by LaGoje. Right, last minute. Mac or Revlon?
Oh, Mac, man. Even though I don't like Mac because Mac tests on animals, so not even Revlon. I would say...
No, you had two choices.
Oh, come on.
Thank you.
Okay,
Right,
Mac.
next question. A woman is
Powerful.
powerful. Winter or summer?
Winter.
Family is?
Everything.
Family is everything. What is your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue. Lastly, there is no such thing as
Wrong parenting.
wrong parenting. You heard it here first at Walk Tall with Shiba, the show that gets people inspired by other people's lives. Remember, anyone can be an inspiration to someone.
Yes, and Shiba's awesome.
Thank you very much.